Hello Toastmasters, this is distinguished Toastmaster Sundararaman Chintamani. Today I am extremely delighted to talk on creating the best club climate under the successful club series. This particular session is going to be very useful for the ExCom members as well as the district officers, because always they have the challenge of retaining the existing members and converting the guests into members. Membership churn is always a challenge because for obvious reasons like professional reasons, personal reasons, and due to relocation, people quit a club. So if at all if we want to retain the members as much as possible, and if at all if we want to convert the guests into members, we need to have the best club climate. The best climate is possible because of two deciding factors. Number one is the learning environment. Number two is the member interactions. What do we mean by learning environment? So it is all about the ambience of the meeting venue. So the look and feel, the tidiness, the way the audio and video equipments are professionally managed, the temperature with the help of the air conditioner, all small things matter under the learning environment. The second thing is all about member interactions, which include feedback, guest introduction, and then your evaluations. All that will be part of member interactions. We all know that we never have a second chance to make the first impression. In the very first visit, we need to give the best impression to all the guests as well as the new members. How is it possible? The good impression is possible by certain nuances or certain best practices. Number one is arriving the meeting venue before time. All the role players, all the ExCom members, all the speakers, they need to be at the venue at least 10 to 15 minutes before the meeting start time. So if we are ready with everything, then we will have comfortable time to interact with the members, so that we will also be able to greet the guest. The second thing is offering assistance. We can always be part of an ExCom so that we can help others. We can volunteer certain members who are doing certain difficult tasks. For example, a sergeant at arms as a single individual may not be able to do all the tasks by himself in preparing the meeting venue. So we can always go there and help the sergeant at arms to keep things in place. And you can support the members by applauding at whenever the speaker goes on stage, or when the speaker has finished giving a speech on the stage. You can congratulate them whenever they have delivered a speech. So in all this way, you can make a good impression in a meeting. And there are other ways to create first impressions. Number one is greeting the guest. It is not limited to the responsibility of the VP membership to greet the guest. So as an individual member, you can also go and greet the members, and you can start engaging them in conversation. You can ask them questions like, where are they from? How did they come to know about this particular Toastmaster club? What are their expectations? So you can ask them and warm up them, and you can also answer some of their questions. For example, they may be keen in to become a great communicator, but their question may also be related to leadership skills. And if you don't know the answer, you can always take them to the president or the VP membership, who will be knowledgeable enough to answer all their questions. And you can befriend them and help them to understand the meeting proceedings. You can explain them what is the nature of the meeting, what is called a prepared speech segment, what is called the table topic segment and evaluation segment. All that you can help them to understand. And at the end of the meeting, you can again ask them questions. How did they feel about the meeting? Whether they would like to come back again as a guest, or would they like to sign up immediately as a member? And if at all, how to access the membership form. So in all these respects, you can create the first impression. The next thing, you have to show members that you take care of them. Number one is to become a mentor. For example, a new member joins, always there will be kind of shyness to deliver the first speech, but you can always encourage them to deliver their icebreaker speech at the earliest, at least within 3 weeks of joining as a member. You can tell VP education in advance, telling them that I would like to mentor this particular person, and help them to come out with their prepared speech and help them to deliver. And show interest in others, and try to be considerate. For example, sometimes due to personal reasons, you will not be able to deliver your project speech and you may have to back out. At that time, you can tell the PP education in advance that you will not be able to make it, and you can ask him to give that slot to another member. So whenever such kind of scenario arrives, try to be considerate. So these are all small ways in which you will be able to become a better leader, rather you better become a better human, and you can evaluate effectively. So again, it is not limited to the prepared speeches. You can always, as a mentor, you can evaluate when the particular person has delivered the role for the first time, like Toastmaster of the day, general evaluator, table topic master. You can tell them in advance regarding the do's and don'ts, and again at the end of the meeting you can also tell them what went well and what went wrong. And as a member, you can also recognize their achievements, congratulate them, and even applaud them whenever some achievement has happened. And primarily, you have to foster the camaraderie by maintaining the fellowship. So these are all some of the ways you try to show members that you take care of them. Now let me try to narrate some of my experience as the presiding officer during my term. What are all the best practices I have brought in, or some of the best practices that have been brought in by my predecessors. Number one is to have a welcome kit that will be distributed to the guest. This is nothing but a 4-page PDF document that is printed and distributed to all the guests in an envelope. So this will have complete details about Toastmasters, mission, vision, and history of our club, the officer's contact details, and even certain jargons. However explained, the newcomers will be finding it difficult to understand these jargons, but the moment you try to put in a written document, they will be able to understand all these jargons like TMOD, GE, TTM, etc. etc. So this not only limited to these details, it also includes the map and the location details. It is quite a kind of exhaustive FAQ kind of document that will help them to clear all their doubts and sit back and enjoy the proceeding throughout the meeting. The second initiative is to come out with the calendar in advance and publish them in a professional manner. So when we mean calendar, which will not include all the project details and the role players, primarily for every month, what are all the special education sessions, and if at all, if we are planning to have a themed meeting like a topsy-turvy meeting, so those kind of details are captured in the calendar and they are released on the very first day of the month. So this way we exhibit professionalism, and the members as well as guests appreciate it. It is not that we need to show professionalism only in corporate life. We can always, there is every possibility to showcase professionalism in every walk of life, and Toastmaster is a platform that gives ample scope for us to demonstrate professionalism. Number three is tracking the performance of the active members and trying to recognize them. So every time a member may sign up for a project or sign up for a role, we track the active members and we give due weightage and consolidate the points, and at the end of the month we come out with an award called Star of the Month. So the moment the people come to know that their performance is being tracked, monitored and recognized, they feel so excited and they feel happy to continue with the membership in the club. Then yet another activity we try to include is the audience listening quiz. During the opening note of my presidential address, I tell the audience in advance that there will be an audience quiz at the end of the meeting, and people need to listen to these proceedings carefully. At the end of the meeting, during the closing remarks, I ask the questions related to prepared speech segment. Sometimes it also includes table topic segments and evaluations. The audience who knows the answer, they have to raise their hands, and as the presiding officer, I have the prerogative to choose one of them and ask them to reveal the answer, and if the answer is right, they will be given a goodie. So most of the time it will be a chocolate or a Toastmaster magazine. So it is not that the member who answers get elated, it is also the prepared speaker who gets excited. The reason is, when the speaker comes to know that so many people have actively listened to his speeches and they are able to answer questions from the particular speech, the speaker gets excited and elated. These are all some of the ways we try to bring in the best climate possible. So as an ExCom member, as a district officer, try to recall some of the best practices and try to find out ways in which you will be able to improve it further during your ExCom meetings. So if you go to Toastmasters website under the Successful Club series, there is an exhaustive checklist. So this checklist is asking a lot of questions about how was the meeting, whether the meeting was productive, whether the meeting started in time and ended in time, whether the evaluations were very effective and helpful to the members. So it's quite an exhaustive document. Try to take it out and then discuss in your ExCom meetings. It is almost similar to the Moments of the Truth session, which is conducted once in 6 months. So as an ExCom, you need not have to wait till the area director organizes the Moment of the Truth session. So at every ExCom meeting, you can take this questionnaire and try to answer and figure out where do you stand and how you can improve. By practicing whatever the suggestions discussed in this 10-minute session and trying to improve them, you can always retain your members unless they are professionally relocating to another location. So otherwise, these members will be eager to renew their subscriptions, and all the guests will try to sign up your club as a members. So that is the way to improve the best climate possible, and that will help you to keep your club thriving on a long-term basis. Wish you all the best. Let me sign off. Have a great day.